Get in, lads. Andres and I are back with another video for you guys discussing a Premier League topic. This time, it's about an impending vote amongst Premier League clubs regarding loans. Particularly amongst groups of clubs, if that makes sense. The clubs with the same ownership groups as others, things like that. So, loans between two already linked clubs. So we're gonna talk about that. There's a vote happening pretty soon, November 21st, which is actually my birthday. I forgot to mention that. It's actually my birthday. So
Happy
let's see
early
what happens
birthday.
on that
Everyone
day. I
drop
appreciate that.
drop a comment down below wishing Elijah a happy birthday. And if
I appreciate that.
we post it on the 21st of November, comment down below. Happy birthday. DM the man. Happy birthday. Do all the jazz. Celebrate his birthday, even though you don't actually know him.
I appreciate it.
Do all that jazz. Subscribe for his birthday. That's your
Okay,
birthday gift.
there we go. There we go. I'll
There
take
you go.
that.
I got it in.
I appreciate
I'm a bit
that.
rusty, but I got it.
So like I said, an impending vote coming pretty soon on that day amongst Premier League shareholders to determine whether or not it's going to pass. Interesting vote. We're here to talk about it. We're here to deliberate, I guess, about what's going on, because we're never really given a why as to how this is happening. So we're here to talk about it. We're here to say if it's right or wrong, what this means and whatnot. So if you guys are interested in listening to that, make sure to watch the rest of the video. Make sure to subscribe for more Premier League content, football content, just content in general. Make sure to like the video if you agree. If you don't agree, let us know in the comments. Let us know any information we might have left out. Okay, so like I said, it's between ownership groups and clubs that are already linked together. So like the first linkage that comes to mind would be the City Group, Manchester City, NYCFC, Girona. I know there's more, but those, like Manchester City has clubs linked to them, affiliates throughout the world. So loans like this would kind of be in general from incoming loans, not outgoing in particular. Another team is my Chelsea, of course. We have Vitesse. We just bought Strasbourg over in France. We're trying to get a Portuguese team. So clubs that are linked with others abroad for incoming loans that might impact. In particular, the one name that's come to mind that a lot of people, that every news article is talking about, is Ruben Neves to Newcastle, who just moved to Saudi Arabia. That might not happen anymore because of this, because Al Hilal is linked with Newcastle because they share the same ownership group. So they're going to try and move him over like that pretty easily to replace Sandro Tonali, but that might not happen anymore. So yeah, that's really it. The Premier League has said, quote, it is to protect the integrity of the Premier League. What do you think that means, Andres?
Let's be real here. They weren't a huge fan. I don't think anyone really was a huge fan of the whole, Saudi Arabia coming in, buying all these players, And so I think it's a little sneaky little move by the Premier League to try and get them out of here for the transfer window. Make sure nothing is outgoing, because it's outgoing. It's fine if it's out. No, sorry, it's incoming. It's fine if it's outgoing because there's Matoma, Brighton, Brighton on the Belgium side as well, and then Matoma's going there, is on loan there. So it's fine if it's outgoing, but it's incoming. So it's a bit interesting now, like you said earlier, Man City. But I think it's just to block Saudi Arabia from doing anything and to protect the integrity, maybe just so you, like, the bigger clubs don't have an empire, if that makes sense, of like grabbing out players from all these different smaller clubs, and have a farming system. Basically, they have a infinite elixir glitch, if you really think about it, with the farming they have, so they can just continuously have good players just because of it. But honestly, I think it's more to do with Saudi Arabia and just the way they were moving in the transfer window. I think they wanted to try and block it somehow, and this is their alternative. But they're gonna say it was just to make sure that the bigger clubs didn't have a better advantage in terms of scouting and all that jazz. They'll frame it like that or something, I guarantee you. Yeah. But there's more to it. There's more to the story than what meets the eye, and besides integrity.
Like we said, there's not much information that's come out. Just for more context, the Premier League needs 14 clubs to say yes for it to pass, so 2/3 of the league needs to say yes. But yeah, this hasn't really been spoken upon more by the Premier League. So at least it's interesting because they're trying to. It's hard to see what they're getting at. In a day and age where you can focus on a whole lot of other things, VAR, they're choosing to focus on incoming loans like this. I don't know. It doesn't make as much sense to me. If it is passed according to Goal.com, it will also extend beyond player transactions as well as front of shirt sponsorships are to be discussed, which is interesting too, because I think front of shirt sponsorships, you can agree with the ownership group, just let alone the club, and they can share that. And I don't know if the Premier League doesn't like that for whatever reason. So yeah, like I said, the Premier League are trying to do everything they can to stop it here. But it's meant to be like a temporary measure for something that could be considered a long-term solution in the end. Just a temporary measure for what? Like what? There's no problem.
Let's be real. It came out of left field. I don't think anyone was concerned with these outgoing, ingoing transfers, and then all of a sudden, the Premier League released a statement saying, "Look, this is going to take effect now." But it's random, you know. Usually there's like, I'm surprised Fabrizio didn't give us a heads up. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of just came out of left field. I mean, it was a bit weird, the timing of everything. There's definitely, like I said before, there's definitely more behind it. But it's just the timing's weird. It came out of left center field. Just it's I don't even know. I don't even know what the purpose is for it, because it's not like any team was really like overpowered using other clubs from getting players. So like it didn't make any sense. It has to do with Saudi Arabia and just the way the leagues run over there. I think it's just to block it personally. Block them from being able to send anyone away. And maybe like punishing the players that come from there, that went there, that make sure they can't come back to England. I don't even know. That's kind of a far out conspiracy theory if you ask me, but
it is interesting.
I wouldn't put
it is an interesting idea.
But like you said, they should focus on, I don't know, VAR, making it better, getting better officials, because there's a lot more pressing matters, especially after this weekend. Not gonna name any games, but one of them involves the man in blue right there. Yeah, I feel like they got more pressing matters. That was the Chelsea game. It was crazy, VAR everywhere. But that's what I was referring to. Yeah, and then the Nottingham Forest game as well, VAR everywhere in that game. So I feel like they got more pressing matters to do. Maybe figuring out when a ball is out of play and when it is not. So I think they need to keep an eye on the ball, literally and metaphorically, and just focus on making their league better, because and not worrying about what other leagues are doing. So that's my take on it.
So according to theathletic.com, more context, apparently some teams want the rules to extend to permanent transfers and cover 2 windows after the initial transaction takes place. So basically right now, there is nothing stopping Premier League players being sold in one window and the team they join then agreeing a loan or permanent move back to the division with a side that operates under the exact same ownership group. So same thing with Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves went over in summer from Wolves to Al Hilal, and about 6 months later, not even, he wants to come back to the Premier League under the same ownership group. Right now, there's nothing stopping that. So that's why some teams want that to be changed. Interestingly, I guess I don't know. The Premier League defines a party as, quote, having material influence over the club, or in parentheses, being an entity in the same group of companies as the club. They judge such a party on the, quote, substance of the relationship and not merely the legal form. So I feel like here the Premier League is maybe trying to defend smaller clubs. If you're thinking about it, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. I just think you can do that in much better ways than stopping this.
Let's be real. Like the occasion of like someone who's comes like the Man Cities or like the Chelsea, with all the clubs you guys bought and stuff, all that jazz. Like the possibility of there being like several wonder kids coming from those clubs and making a direct impact and like making it like a cheat code, like a FIFA regen player, the odds aren't. It's not too bad. Like honestly, I don't even think about it when a club buys another club. It's weird because especially clubs use it as an advantage to get their scouting out. It also gives players an opportunity from other countries that may not be able to have that opportunity. So I don't know. It's a weird thing to block, but also it begs the question: if the Premier League is going to do this, are other leagues going to do this as well? Ooh. So will it affect will it go to the MLS or Bundesliga? Because LAFC has a partnership with the Bundesliga. Several USL Championship teams have partnerships with other. I'm thinking about Orange County with their partnerships. I'm not going to name any because last time I named some, I was completely wrong. I was told. So, yeah, they got some partnerships. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting if anyone else takes it up and just see where it goes from there, because this is going to destroy the partnership and just being able to get players that experience. Because at the end of the day, we're the players getting players out in the spotlight is what matters, especially in this case in terms of scouting and having clubs have partnerships and all that jazz. So it's an interesting take. Came out of left field, but I think it's directly linked to Saudi Arabia. But that's just my personal opinion. But I don't see why they would be saying that the bigger clubs trying to give the smaller clubs a fair chance.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's really all we have to say, I feel. Like I said, there's not much details coming out, and when there is, be sure that we'll have more videos coming out about it to give you guys information. It's just interesting thing for the Premier League to focus on, but something that they are, so we got to deal with it, and we'll keep you guys updated. If you have your own opinions on it, let us know in the comments. If you, like I said, if we have any information that we left out, please let us know. People have not shied away from doing that before, so please continue to do so. We want to know. Make sure to subscribe if you want more Premier League content. If you want to be updated with this whole thing, leave a like if you liked it. I think that's about it. That's about it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Right,
also, real quick, I know probably not everyone's here watching this, but we're trying to get more consistent with the upload. Last week we were trying to do an MLS upload, and the file corrupted, so we actually did a match, like a prediction episode of the last round of the MLS that's happening right now. But best believe we'll do a recap of the what, round of 16 that is right now, or is that the quarters?
I think it's the quarters.
Yeah, whatever this round is, we will get a recap going, and then we'll do our predictions for the next round. So stay tuned for that. Well, yeah, that's about it. We'll be more consistent with the uploads. We're just busy at the moment, but thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe and peace.